Amen.
Mendoza. Engage my age from that. Good morning, industry members, manufacturers, friends, students, and ERG specifically, thank you for today. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today. We are gathered because blasting remains one of the most essential activities in surface mining. Yet it is also one of the activities that attracts the greatest scrutiny from our regulators, our communities, and the public. For many years, our industry has measured success by one or two questions. Was the blast within the vibration limit, or was the air blast in the standard that was provided? Today, that question is no longer enough. Communities are increasingly raising concerns about ground vibration, air blast, overpressure, dust, fly rock, noise, structural damage, and the cumulative impacts of repeated blasts. Whether these concerns are technically substantiated or not, they are real for the people living near our operations. Every complaint affects our industry's social license to operate. At the same time, regulators are looking beyond the blast results themselves. They are asking whether the blast was properly designed, whether the blast was executed according to the approved design, whether competent persons were involved, whether environmental impacts were adequately assessed, and whether every legal duty has been met. One of the greatest challenges we face is that too often the designed blast plan is not the blast that is actually fired. Small deviations in burden, spacing, hole depth, charging, stemming, initiation timing, or firing sequence can significantly change vibration, air blast, and fly rock outcomes. A blast cannot be judged only by its monitoring results if it was never executed as designed. Another challenge is the growing confusion surrounding standards. Different organizations reference different vibration limits, air blast criteria, and assessment methods. International standards, client specification, and guidance documents are often interpreted differently, leaving operators uncertain about what constitutes compliance. While standards provide valuable technical guidance, they do not replace legal obligation or sound engineering judgment. This workshop therefore provides us with an opportunity to separate legal requirements from the technical guidance and industry-leading practice. Our discussion must be grounded in South African legislation. The Mine Health and Safety Act places a duty on employers to identify hazards, assess risk, implement controls, provide competent supervisors, and ensure that every blast operation can be carried out safely. The Explosives Act and regulations governs the manufacture, transport, storage, possession and use of explosives, prescribes responsibilities for explosives manufacturers, magazines, transport, security, competent persons, and safe use of explosives. Where environmental impacts are concerned, blasting increasingly falls within the requirements of the National Environmental Management Act. Environmental authorizations issued under NEMA frequently contains conditions relating to blasting, nuisance impact, monitoring, and community protection. In many cases, environmental impact assessments conducted in terms of environmental impact assessments identify blasting that becomes legally binding commitments through the environmental management program. In addition, operators must consider their national environmental management air quality, where blast contributes to dust emissions, and the National Water Act, where blasting has the potential to affect water resources. For explosives manufacturing and suppliers, legal compliance extends beyond simply supplying a product. It includes ensuring that explosives are manufactured, stored, transported, and supplied in accordance with the Explosives Act and associated regulations, while providing appropriate technical support to ensure products are used safely and as intended. The reality is that we can no longer define a blast simply by saying the vibration was below limits and the air blast complied with standards. Today's expectations are much broader. Can you demonstrate that the blast was properly designed, fired according to the design. Competent people made informed decisions. Environmental commitments were met. Community concerns were proactively managed. Ultimately, successful blasting today is not measured only by fragmentation and production. It is measured by legal compliance, environmental stewardship, engineering excellence, and maintaining the trust of the communities who live alongside our operations. I hope today's workshop encourages open discussion, honest reflection, and practical solution. By bringing together regulators, explosives manufacturers, blasting professionals, quarry operators, and technical specialists, we have an opportunity to improve consistency, strengthen compliance, and ensure that blasting remains both safe and socially responsible. I hope you have a productive and engaging workshop. Thank you.